these two teams so far here in Group D, and at the moment, Egypt really need a big bounce back after their defeat against Mali. Well, Mali flying with confidence so far here in Group D, and they have been simply outstanding. The only undefeated team within the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. 2 victories so far in this Group D window in which they have defeated both Uganda and, of course, they defeated Egypt. Well, Egypt, of course, they only lost by 8 points to Mali. Mali, of course, having made the final of the FIBA Afrobasket last summer on this very court. But Egypt, in that defeat of 8 points, they were 7 out of 22 from the three-point line, and only 3 players in double figures with Anas Mahmoud, that man right there, number 10, the former Louisville player, as their leading scorer. Well, you can see Ahmed Aburelish now coming into the lineup here for Coach Yobe. And Coach Augustin Yobe, having spent the season in Indonesia with the likes of Delhi United and also in the BCL Asia East. Now it's all about national team duty. Well, we talked about last summer when Mali made it to the final. It was joys of 10,000 plus spectators here in Rwanda. Because in this very arena, Angola crowned themselves the 2025 FIBA Afrobasket champions. And so far they're out to a high-flying start here in the Basketball World Cup Qualifiers, currently with a record of 3-1. The only defeat they've had so far was indeed against Mali. They'll be flying with confidence, and most recently defeated Uganda. And in that game, in that big win at the beginning of this window, led by none other than Celta Miguel, who led with 17 points and a combined total of 28 by Abu Gaku and Bruno Fernandes. Coach Pep Claros knows it's going to be a tough game. Well, now fans will stand and respect the national anthems of both Egypt and Angola. The national anthems of 2 very beautiful countries have been sung, and now the 2 fellow countrymen Augustin Yulbe and Pep Claros will shake hands with each other and pay each other the much respected homage. But now it's time to introduce four very important people for tonight's game, and you just saw three of them sent to court, and those are three referees and one technical delegate. Well, our three referees, of course, are coming from Kenya, Algeria, and Ethiopia. From Kenya, we have Eric Amondi Otieno. From Algeria, we have Sofiane Siyusuf. And from Ethiopia, we have Wali Fikadu Gebeto. Well, a big thank you to all of our officials who've done a magnificent job in all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do a great one tonight. The technical delegate for tonight's game is Mr. Manjai Njai from Senegal. I just wonder, in a game like this, not having the home court advantage, it's going to be a tough one indeed here for Egypt. Well, Egypt have had quite a rocky beginning so far here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. But what better way to turn it around? Only so far one victory. Well, there's a man who many would say is one of the GOATs of Egyptian basketball, Ahmed Gendi. Of course, Mido, one of their, classic point guards. But we'll take a look at the Egyptian starting five. Well, Coach Jobi is going to go with Ibrahim Zahran Habamin, along with Mohamed Mido in the backcourt as a primary point guard, as well as Habamin and Omar Arabi. Asem Marai, once champion in the Korean Basketball League back in 2025. And there's their head coach. Well, he was eliminated in the semifinals of the BCL Asia in Johor Bahru. And that was in Malaysia, because they had a tough run in the semifinals, but now it's all about national team duty. Well, Pep Claros, on the other hand, Celta Miguel, who led them in their last defeat against Mali. They'll also have Shilde Dundo, who's on his way to the Basketball Champions League next season. Joel Fernandez, of course, Milton Valente, and Bruno Fernando, who is going to be staying in Serbia next season to play with Radnički. A big moment now here for Pep Claros. Of course, winning the FIBA Afrobasket last summer on this court. Over 10,000 Angolan passionate basketball fans. And now he's put himself in the history books. But Egypt, well, they'll come here with a purpose. I say one thing for the Egyptians is where they've struggled in this group has been the size and physicality, especially in transition with the pace at which teams like Angola and Mali play. Well, you have to go back to the first time these two teams met. They met in Alexandria in Egypt. Of course, the host that night losing by 11 points, and Angola was one of the best three-point shooting nights we've seen them, shooting just below 40% from the three-point line, 11 out of 28, and 29 points from the Afrobasket's most valuable player, Shilde Dundo. But the Egyptians need to realize, shooting 5 out of 21, that's not going to cut the mustard. They cannot live and die from the perimeter. They've got to find ways to get Omar Arabi and Anas Mahmoud those high-percentage looks inside the paints. Both these two teams have their history within Basketball World Cups. They both qualified for the 2023 Basketball World Cup. They both played in Manila. Because Philippines, at that time, there were two venues. And while Angola played in Quezon City, it was actually the Mall of Asia Arena in which Egypt played in. Now, Egypt has gone to 7 FIBA Basketball World Cups. Angola, they've gone to 9. First time they went to a Basketball World Cup was back in 1986 in Spain, in which the late, great Drazen Petrovic was crowned MVP. Because they went on to qualify in Argentina, where the former Yugoslavia did win the championship. But with Angola, it's becoming a tradition. The one time since 1986, which they failed to qualify, as we just saw the official Tissot count down the tip-off. A big shout out to our official partners and a wonderful partnership and collaboration with FIBA International Basketball. A huge thank you to Tissot. But going back to what I was talking about, between 1986 and 2023, the one time Angola failed to qualify for a Basketball World Cup was in Greece, 1998. Because that was quite an exciting Basketball World Cup in which the former Yugoslavia, Turkey in 2010, as well as both Spain, China, and the Philippines in 2014, 19, and 2023. So if that tells you anything, Angola, there's expectations to get to the Basketball World Cup. And the way they're playing, only one defeat so far here in the qualifications. Well, they're going to put themselves in pole position come the second round. Looking at this matchup, many would have assumed last summer that this would have been the Afrobasket final. It just wasn't meant to be. Both teams blitzing their groups. Both going to the quarterfinals, but it was only Angola that would go on and lift the crown. But now it's a different task. Bruno Fernando is going to jump this one with Omar Arabi. Welcome everybody live here in Luanda, Angola. We're at the Pavilo Multiusos de Luanda. This is the Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. Habami just having to deal with the heavy pressure, but now they go to Mito. Mito dealing with the pressure. Little baseline cut. As Ibrahim Zahran just unable to finish. Arabi trying to battle for the offensive board, and both Egyptian players go for it. And that's going to go out of bounds. That will be possession to Angola. Well, you'd like to see Egypt try to get those points inside the key. As now Zahran trying to keep up with Shilde Dundo, Mighty Mouse, who's only recently just signed with Basketball Club FC Porto, and he will be playing continentally in the Basketball Champions League next season. It's going to be interesting to see him in the infamous blue and white of Portugal. Celta Miguel gets this one. Has a bit of time and space for three. This one's up. Arabi unable to go for it, and that goes out of bounds. Angola is going to retain this one on the baseline. Of course, Angola, if you even go back to that Basketball World Cup in 2023 or the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament the following summer, one thing they've definitely improved on is becoming a much more consistent three-point shooting team. Fernando in the paint. Little teardrop. That one goes in and out. Well, both teams getting some good looks inside the key already. It's an interesting matchup here. Valente guarding Mito, the much bigger defender. Trying to put pressure on the smaller, I would say, craftier ultimate point guard, as they would say, or point pharaoh, whatever you want to call it. Foul is going to be called. This one's going to be against João Fernandes. Habamid now finds a bit of space. Arabi in the paint. Goes to Zahran. Good defense. Nothing coming from that one. And now here comes Angola. Dundol wants to go the length of the floor, coast to coast, and still missing. That time unable to come up with the offensive rebound, so Egypt, you can see, struggling to get things good inside the paint. The post-interior defense of Angola is going to make that very, I would say, a formidable force to try and break down. Well, another foul called. So that's two on Valente. And already 3 team fouls here against Angola. Well, Angola's got to show some discipline on the defensive end. They don't want to get into foul trouble early. Habamid just trying to get open. Because we have seen this time and time before from Angola, the pressure defense, but they don't want to give too many unnecessary fouls away. Nice take to Zahran. And Omar Arabi getting the first 2 points for Egypt. Well, he didn't stop many games at the Afrobasket last summer. He was always coming off the bench. And I think what Augustin Yobe's identified, he needs a solid center. Little pick and roll scenario. Arabi trying to keep Fernando in front of him. Fernando just goes in. This time it's going to be a foul on Assem Marai. So the foul is called away from the ball. So this is going to be a baseline possession to Angola. Well, textbook post play by Bruno Fernando. Because he left the Spanish ACB to go play in Serbia. It looks like he's loving life in the Balkans. As of next season, he will be playing with Radnički. Well, great work from Toya, a local celebrity. An international icon, a sensation. Celta Miguel finds Bruno Fernando. Little handoff option. But now Fernando wants to go again here at Arabi. That's a tough fadeaway on the baseline. You can see Egypt really having to fight to prevent the offensive boards. And now here comes the Habamid. He'll pull up. No. He'll find Assem Marai. Marai trying to avoid the block, but he's got to kick this out to Arabi. Oh, nice backdoor cut down the middle. And a good finish by Ibrahim Zahran. Well, Egypt answering their critics, getting those looks inside the paint. Still haven't looked for that three-point shot so far. Dundee wants to go to his left. Causing a lot of confusion here for Egypt's defense. Time winding down. Well, they got to switch here now. Fernando's got to fire a three. Mito coming up with a rebound. Now Egypt can push this one. Remember, only one victory so far here in the qualifiers. Habamine goes in, and a foul is going to be given. So 2 free throws coming up for Habamine. And that looks like it's going to be foul number 2 against Fernandes. Well, Malachi coming into lineup here for Angola. They're going to have to make a double change, so no more fouls for Angola to give away. And it's only been over 2.5 minutes so far here in the first quarter. So Habamine misses the first free throw. Born and raised in Alexandria, Egypt, played NCAA basketball at both Texas A&M and the University of Oregon. He's only ever played for 2 clubs in his life, but this was the FIBA World Cup stills leader back in 2023. But he misses both. Well, able to get one of those free throws down, excuse me. Dundee. Again, everything coming off a ball screen with Shildy Dundee. Habamine matching up here with Selton Miguel. Well, nice little kick out. Finds Mighty Mouse in the corner wide open and sinks his three-pointer. And that just gets the home crowd off their feet. Bringing back that atmosphere of last summer's Afro-Basket Championship. Habamine just caught in the post up. Finds Mito in the corner. He'll fire a three. Well, that's a good look for him, but good closeout defense from Angola. Well, Egypt's got to figure out how to defend this ball screen here with Shilde Dundee. Ibrahim Zahran fighting around it. Dundee just so explosive down the middle. Good ball movement. And that's better defense from Egypt. The ball just goes out of bounds. That's going to remain possession to Egypt. Braz Makachi, excuse me. Just getting a hand to it on that play. 6:23 to go here in the first quarter. Samurai with a post up. Got to go up with this one. Has to kick out. Zahran will fire a three, and again, Egypt. Well, there's no argument they get good looks. Well, numbers in transition. A little bit of a BEA. Beautiful Euro step. Well, what a take in transition by Selton Miguel. Now giving Angola the first lead of the game. A little bit of a ghost screen action now with Mito. That's the ISO on a mid-range. That's not going to fall. Robbie can't come up with it. And now here comes Angola. Another little Euro step. Selton Miguel has time for a dribble. Space, fires a three. I like this hit from Habamine. He's going to go coast to coast, and he'll get the and one. And he flexes the guns. Well, this is a problem here for Angola. They just give way too many fouls away too early. That foul's on Braz Makachi. Angola's got to exhibit some discipline here in the defensive end. Because that time, Habamine was able to come up with the rebound himself, and he was able to push that right from his own basket. Chance now to put Egypt back up by 1. Change coming in for the Pharaohs. So subbing into the game, Adam Musa. Well, Musa was also part of this Egyptian national team that did play here last summer. Habamine makes a three-point play. And if you're a neutral fan, you want to see this game go right down to the wire. The two kings of African basketball. As both have had their fair times playing, and you got to remember, Egypt actually participated in the very first ever FIBA Basketball World Cup. Makachi trying to go in the paint. That one comes out. A Samurai battles for the rebound. Now looking for an outlet. Well, Egypt have numbers. Well, Habamine thinks about it, now goes for it. Well, Angola could have let that one go. Habamine tries another three, and finally gets one.
Angola, to prevent that three-point field goal, could have simply allowed that ball to go out of bounds. Instead, it now becomes a two-possession lead here to Egypt. Shielded Doe trying to lose out of Musa on the handoff. Well, nice take in the paint and a beautiful finish. Well, great work by Kevin Kokila. Well, Musa now just trying to lose the defender. Things in here flying in. And Amar Rabi this time just able to finish inside the paint. And now you see Shielded Doe just coming off one screen. Just trying to work something here with Sultan Miguel. A foul is going to be given. It looks like the foul is going to be called on Ibrahim Zahran. Well, Zahran just getting caught up there with Kevin Kokila. So free throws now. Oh, no free throws, not in the penalty. So sideline possession coming up here for Angola. Same offense here for Angola. High ball screen with Shielded Doe. Kokila, a little handoff. And he gets that one to drop. And that's going to be a potential three-point play coming up for Kevin Kokila. A simple execution from Angola. As Kevin Kokila, having played the bulk of his last few seasons in France in the French Pro A LNB. Still a 1-point lead here to Egypt. Hamami going for a deep stab back, and that's way off the mark. Well, that's already 6 3-point attempts from the Pharaohs, having only converted one of them. Sultan Miguel kicks out. They get a wide open look from the perimeter. The three is up, and the three is tucked away. Well, Bamba Cisse left wide open, uncontested, now giving Angola a 2-point lead. Egypt have numbers. Mahrabi going in, getting denied. Well, Angola defending the paint with a purpose. As now here they try to extend on their lead. The foul is going to be given. Some more free throws coming up. Well, you can see the offensive issue Angola's having here, that defensive issue that Egypt having. That's dealing with this man on every single high ball screen. I mean, he is just so quick, so deceptive, so explosive. What ends up happening is every single Egyptian defender has to come and help to prevent him getting to the bucket. Makes both free throws. Angola go on an 8-0 run. Because this is a basketball country. Double changes both. Shielded Doe and Bruno Fernando going to the bench. Bukeni into the lineup now here for Angola. That's another unnecessary foul as Abu Gaku commits it. So a straight trip to the free throw line. Now if you're Egypt, with 2:52 to go, you just want to keep getting to the free throw line because the difference is in how these two teams defend. Angola wants to pick up full court, man to man. And they're quite aggressive. Anas Mahmoud currently playing at Al Ittihad in Egypt. Guess he played in the 2022 FIBA Intercontinental Cup for defending BAL champions Zamalek. Former Louisville player. Second free throw good. Still a 3-point lead to Angola here in the first quarter. Now we're under 3 minutes. Kenny heavily defended by Adam Musa. Musa coming off one screen. Well, nice take. That's way too convenient. Angola getting everything and anything they want inside the paint at the moment. Egypt's post-interior defense has to be more aggressive. They got to make things more compact. Wahab Amin now finding a Seb Marai. Double team. Well, it's a triple team in the paint. Got to get rid of this one. We try to go behind the back, but it's another foul. And it's on Kevin Kokila. That's only going to be his first personal foul, but the Korean Basketball League champion of 2025 is Seb Marai with the LG Sakers, who actually is going back to play for next season, now at the free throw line. Well, his career has been quite magnificent. You should go back to the early years of his career, Seb Marai. After playing NCAA Division II, he signed professionally in Lithuania for Cholet back in 2015. Now, he did spend some time in both Germany and Turkey. This was that final year in France during the global pandemic of COVID, where he played for Boulogne-le-Royal Metropolitan. If anybody knows anything about that club, that's the former team of one Wembanyama. And after that move, well, he went to Korea, and he loves playing with the Changwon LG Sakers. Second free throw good from Seb Marai. Kenny now goes to his left. Little pick and pop here with Abugaku. Oh, good help side defense from Seb Marai, forcing a turnover. That's only the second turnover of the game here in the first quarter for Angola. Because Egypt, while they've already committed 5 team fouls, they've only committed 1 turnover for that matter. Can the Pharaohs make this a 1-possession ball game? Maybe a 1-point deficit. Try to figure out what they can build from this offense. Honest Mahmoud came for the screen. Little baseline penetration going into a double team. Musa. Time is winding down. He's got to go for a step back deep 3 and sinks this one. Nothing but net by Adam Musa. And even Ibrahim Zahran loves that one. Yet to see Omar Gendi. Well, Abugaku trying to go backdoor here with Lukeni. Angola trying to formulate something. Well, it's out of control, going nowhere, but somehow, someway, Bamba Cisse now has his second field goal of the night. He's got 5 points. He already hit 1 3-pointer. Well, Seb Marai, that's going to be another foul. Seb Marai just sending 2K Kevin Kokila to the ground. Well, I'd have to see the replay of that one to see how things are transcended. Let's have a look here. There's the fake of the handoff. Well, both very powerful, strong basketball players. I think Pep Claros, well, Pep, I'd have to say, oh, it's no foul. Oh, no, it is. That's a foul on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any day that ends in a Y, because, listen, you got to love Kevin Kokila, but he wasn't in defensive position. So Seb Marai tries to cut it down to a 1-point deficit. Now, of course, in between his time playing with the LG Sakers in the Korean Basketball League, on 2 occasions in both 2025 and 2026, he's then gone to play for Al Ahly Benghazi in the Basketball Africa League. Now, he played 4 games this past BAL campaign, and he was a 52% free throw shooter. He makes this one because he's now, well, the big man's getting ready to come in. 235 centimeters, 7'8". Well, you've probably seen him all over social media. Ahmad Abu-Arish. Second free throw, no good. $50 now to go here. Potential 2 for 1 for Angola. But 10 remain on the shot clock. Lukeni. Now looks to go for penetration off the bank of Luke. He extends it back to a three-point lead. Well, Egypt want to go quick. Azama Gendi. Goat Gendi, as they call him in Egypt. There's one infamous Egyptian basketball legend named Sika. A nice finish in the end by a Samurai. Well, Samurai getting some good looks, and they definitely missed him last summer on this floor at the Afrobasket. Samurai becoming the most dangerous option here for Egypt. 6 points already here in the first quarter. A little mid-range goes flying. Now they come up with it. A little bit of time here for the Pharaohs. Anas Mahmoud finds Gendi. Pump fakes. Go for the three. And it's Gendi time. Gendi, the Egyptian GOAT, with the buzzer beater. Well, Gendi time just giving Egypt a slender lead. Oh, look at the clock. It's Gendi time, baby. Amir Gendi with the big time bucket. Shukran Gendi. Big time indeed. Well, we'll take a look at some of the key stats here from the first quarter, and then we'll run down the best highlights so far. Egypt only with one offensive rebound. It's a problem also for the Egyptians. Well, they do have 6 assists. They've only committed 1 turnover for that matter. You compare that to only 2 as well. Both teams have done a magnificent job of taking care of the basketball. And Angola, 7 field goals from inside the rainbow. We'll take a look at the highlights very, very soon from the first quarter. Well, it was a good start here from both teams because both had their respected leads, and Bruno Fernando winding back the clock as he puts on the traditional Hakeem the Dream post work. And now is Egypt's beautiful build-up. Ibrahim Zahran just going down the middle, catching that one and finishing in the paint. But here was the first three-pointer by Mighty Mouse, the 2025 FIBA Afrobasket Most Valuable Player, Shode Dundo. And there was Amagendi, not once but twice, going the length of the floor. And then Bamba Cisse from the perimeter. That was only the second three-pointer for Angola. Well, it's been an absolutely brilliant start from both teams. Only 1 point separates them at the moment. As you could argue, 2 of the very best teams from FIBA Africa's, well, the FIBA Afrobasket, I'd say, really putting on a showcase so far here. Well, it is indeed the third window of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. Of course, only the 5th game for both these two teams. They will have one final remaining game. And basketball fans, if you see, scan the QR code to access the login to Courtside 1891. Watch live streams, extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and much more. Courtside 1891. Well, big shout out to our 3 referees who've done a magnificent job so far here in this game. Our referees from Kenya, we have Eric Amondi Otieno. From Algeria, Sofian Si Yusuf. And from Ethiopia, we have Wali Fikado Gebeto. Also, big shout out to the technical delegate this evening from Senegal, Mr. Manjai Njai. And a big thank you to all of our officials, all of our FIBA referees and technical delegates. And it looks like it's time for Mr. 235 to come into the game. Well, the home fans, wow, Kikash Gomes is in the house. That gentleman on the left, one of the greatest players in the history of Angolan basketball. He has played in many FIBA Basketball World Cups. Probably the most notable one was in 2006 in Saitama, Japan. And he also went on to feature for Angola at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Kikash Gomes, remember the name. Because if you go to his Instagram page, you can find some of the oldest, most classical moments in which he played for probably one of the greatest Angolans. He's right there courtside. Welcome, Kikash Gomes, baby. Because even at the Afrobasket last summer, we had Jean-Jacques Conceição in the house, arguably one of the greatest centers in the history of Angolan basketball. All the greats, they come to see the next generation. And they want to find Abu Gaku on a reverse, and a foul is going to be called inside the paint. This is going to be on Egypt. Because I've also only just realized that, yes, Pep Claris is the head coach of Angola, but one of his assistant coaches is Miguel Lutonda, who won 6 FIBA Afrobasket championships and is also regarded as Abu Gaku from downtown. Because he was big time in the first few windows, knocking down open threes. But going back to Miguel Lutonda, he's also regarded as one of the best backcourt players in the history of Angola. So great to see that the alumni involved in the coaching staff. Foul is going to be called again. Just knocking down Ahmad Abu Elrish. He's currently playing for Telecom Egypt, standing at 235 centimeters. Only played 7 minutes in that defeat against Mali. But he's been big time a part of the Egyptian national team program. I mean, this is his first time playing for Egypt. He was in the preliminary round back in 2017. He played 4 games and only averaged 4 points per game, but just 235. I mean, that's quite a tough play to defend. Abu Elrish is trying to get some spacing in the paint. Be careful to get called for a 3-second violation. There it is. Yeah, I mean, it was coming at some points. I think the argument from head coach Yulbe of Egypt is that he was getting pushed around. Well, he may have a case there, but at the same time, cannot simply just camp in the paint, even at 235 centimeters. Because now Egypt going into a high 3-2 zone. Well, actually a 2-3 with Ahmed Gendi at the back 3. Abu Elrish just denying. That's good defense from the 7'8", 235 center. It's a very big lineup now for Egypt. Anas Mahmoud turning it over. And now here comes Angola. Angola leading by 2 points. Luke Kenny, he'll fire a 3 wide open. And Gendi comes up with it. You got the feeling this game could go right down to the wire. The one game everybody was expecting to see last summer on this court at the Afrobasket. As Gendi wants to work here with Anas Mahmoud. Mahmoud trying to ISO. Twisting, turning, goes in. Gendi tries to follow in. And now we'll go out of bounds back to Angola. Egypt still remain in this 2-3 zone. Adam Musa at the top. Sultan Miguel now finds Abu Gaku. They've got to find ways to attack the gaps. Miguel's got to fire a contested 3. High arc, and that will go out of bounds. Well, so far the zone doing its job here against Angola's offense. Angola currently 3 out of 9 from the 3-point line. Egypt 3 out of 7. But Angola not going into any zone. They stand a man-to-man matchup. Little high pick and pop here with Anas Mahmoud. Tries to find Abu Elrish. And the big man just loses. Oh no, it's going to be a foul. Let's have a look here. According to Triple, I mean, that's a clear as daylight. That's a good call. The foul is on Luchetti. They're trying to face guard with Teonio Do. Gendi finding Anas Mahmoud. Mahmoud under pressure. Abu Elrish keeps it one hand. Got to go up with it. And a foul has been given, I think. So 2 free throws coming up. Let's have a look at the replay. How do you defend Ahmad Abu Elrish? Nearly impossible. they're going to have to try to do whatever they can anytime he gets it in the paints. So 2 free throws go. So Teotonio Doe gets called for a second personal foul. Well, the first time he played club continental basketball of any FIBA competition was back in 2019 in the FIBA Africa Basketball League. And that was a Smua, who did average 5 points in only 2 games played. 235, 7'8", depending how you want to measure. Second free throw, no good. Still a 1-point lead here to Angola. Kenny going a little pick and pop here with Abugaku. Gaku trying to finish in the tip in. That's going to go in. Second chance points coming from Teotonio Doe. Because one area you're going to find tough to defend Angola. So structured, so principled, but at the same time, a team that will relentlessly just go after offensive rebounds. Still a 3-point margin here to Angola. It's now Celta Miguel matching up with the Habamid. Anas Mahmoud just being a pressure reliever at the moment for Egypt. Abugaku trying to keep him in front of him, but can they get something here from Gendi? Ahmed Gendi goes in and finishes under intense pressure. That deadly left hand from Ahmed Gendi. Something definitely Egypt's got to try to utilize a lot this evening. Celta Miguel kicks out Lucani, thinks about it. Gaku's made 1 3, and nothing but net. The high arc negative parabola from Abugaku. And make that the 4th 3-point field goal already here for Angola. Egypt trying to run here with Masoud Rodriguez, and that's going to be possession back to Egypt. Oh, Ismail Masoud Rodriguez. That's a tough one indeed. I think the VIP fans may have a different opinion, but Egypt do get it back. Abuel Rish now trying to get a post up. Anas Mahmoud wants an ISO. He turns it over yet again. And now here comes Angola. Celta Miguel goes in and converts this one in transition. But you've got to anticipate that with Angola. Defensively, this team is very, very well organized. And nice take again, not for the first, second, but now 3rd time by Habamid. But you also have to credit that from Egypt. Even when they get scored on, they waste no time getting the ball inbound. No post interior defense. What's happened here? It's going to be a push in the back against Angola. Let's have a look at the replay. Well, look at this from Celta Miguel. Has to switch to his right hand to avoid the block. And those Angolan fans, any bucket just inspires them and then galvanizes their energy. Second field goal tonight for Celta Miguel. Well, is that going to be a backcourt violation? Yep. Habamid just way too casual with it. You'd expect him to be able to deal with that kind of pressure from Lucani, but, well, have a gamble there. 4-point lead to Angola. 5:37 to go here in the second quarter. High screen coming from Abugaku. Shilde Dundo also back in the lineup. Lucani wants to take on Anas Mahmoud. One extra pass goes in. Again, Angola coming up with an offensive rebound and a double rejection coming from Kane and The Undertaker. I don't know who got that one. Was it Aborish or was it Anas Mahmoud? Habamid, little teardrop, and this guy just getting his way in the paints. That's 9 points already for Habamid. Slicing it down to a 2-point deficit. This Egypt now giving up another 3 in the corner. Lucani hasn't made one yet. He caught that with one hand. He got a rebound with one hand. Someone explain the basketballology of that. Mito finds a Hamid, can give Egypt the lead, and he'll sink another three-pointer. Egypt now going on a run, a 9-0 run indeed. Well, 7-0 run to be exact, considering they were down 6 and 4:35 to go here in the second quarter. A timeout is going to be called by Pep Claros. 12 points from Hamid. Well, the Al Ahly superstar at the moment, inspiring the Pharaohs. We'll head down to the bench to find out what the message is going to be. Well, here we go now. Egypt leading by 1 point. This is a 7-0 run of inspiration led by Hamid. Well, Angola's had a tough time breaking down the zone as now Celta Miguel will pull up. Still unsuccessful. And I don't think any offensive rebounds are going to go to Angola with Aburish on the floor at the moment. Mito matched up here with Shilde Dundo. Little pick and pop with Anas Mahmoud. And the pass should have been a little bit higher. It's another turnover from Anas Mahmoud. Celta Miguel still has it. Abu Gaku pump fakes. He's made 2 threes. Almost getting a third one. Well, they got the offensive rebound, but that's going to be a basket interference. So Angola's going to take a 1-point lead. The pass has got to be higher. That's too flat. That's too easy. Well, Bruno's going to have to come in defensively and do one mighty job against the 235-centimeter, 7'8" Ahmad Abu Elrish. So it looks like a change is going to come into the game. I think a head coach's challenge has been called by Augustin Yulbi of Egypt. He wants to see if this should have been called a basket interference. So we're going to head down to the monitor with our 2 referees to find out what actually happened. Because both coaches do have one head coach's challenge during the game to call, so this will be the one called by Egypt. Let's have a look here. His finger does get caught on the net, so be a little bit too defensive at that stage. Looking further here, so I wonder. Now they did say that the basket had counted, so it's a case of who got the last touch, I think. All the officials have to make a big choice, so is this classified or deemed as a basket interference? Actually, 2 points were awarded to Angola. I think speed reviewing to find out who had the last touch. they're taking the time because it's a case of not only do you touch the backboard or the net, it's are you within the cylinder? Are you preventing the ball potentially from going in? That is the key thing. Well, decision has been made by the referees. No basket. A successful head coach's challenge from Augustin Yolbe of Egypt. So that makes you wonder why they were looking further to find out who had the final touch, which quite clearly that was Islando Manuel. So 3:48, Egypt hanging on to a 1-point lead here in the second quarter. So far led by 14 points with Ahab Amin. Amin in the corner. Islando Manuel trying to keep him at bay. Slip screen action there coming from Anas Mahmoud. Ahab Amin's been on fire, not going to get this one. And Egypt cannot come up with the offensive rebound. And here comes Mighty Mouse. Fernando nearly turning it over, but he's able to recover. Abugaku's made 2 threes. Can he make a third one? And this guy is cooking at the moment. No stopping Abugaku. You cannot let him take another 3. It's now the 5th three-pointer of the game for Angola. Egypt missing another one. That's it. 6th missed three-pointer of the night. They're now 4 out of 10. Shildy Dundell has fouled. It's only the 2nd team foul against Egypt. But now one's on the ground. Well, Semarai is going to check back in. He'll play at the back of the zone along with Ahmad Abu Elrish. Anas Mahmoud is going to leave. Dundole trying to work here against Mito. Mito trying to keep him in front. Another foul. So we'll be Shilde Dundole going to the free throw line. Foul is called against Mito. Well, Shilde Dundole can't extend his 2. Well, now he missed the first free throw. Because both teams have got to go to the charity stripe and just knock these down. They don't want to look back and think the outcome could have been different had they made all their free throws. 5 points this evening for Shilde Dundole. Second one good. 3-point lead still here to Angola. Same time, Egypt has got to just keep on playing. Keep on going to their execution. You got Abugaku and Celta Miguel both trying to chase. Well, he kept his balance very well. He goes out of bounds. And that's going to go back to Angola. Well, Omar Rabi checking to game. And, of course, Ahmad Abu Elrish just getting a bit of a, I'd say, kind greeting from the fans. He goes to the bench. Nothing from what he's done, of course. He's just, I don't think there's any way they can defend him. Dundole trying to break the defense down. Gaku, he gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. And that's going to be a foul against Assem Marai. And that's a poor foul to give away. But that's what happens when you become such a lethal shooter. Abugaku 3 out of 4 from the three-point line this evening. So now he'll go for 3 free shots. Well, currently playing in Angola, standing at 201 centimeters for Atletico Petroleos. Because he was outstanding on this court last summer at the AfroBasket when they were crowned FIBA AfroBasket champions. Because he's only ever played for that club I mentioned, Petro de Luanda, 2024 BAL champion. 6-time Angolan League champion. He was also part of the BAL All Defensive Team back in 2022. Try to make this a 5-point lead. Let's go back to that semifinals against Cameroon, where he did have that contentious three-pointer, which took him to the free throw line, which then cemented the victory. Very similar circumstances in terms of having 3 free throws. Samurai fakes the handoff. Mito, time space for a 3. Not going to get this one. And Egypt just cannot get an offensive board. Can Angola extend their lead before halftime? Schlando, that time faking everybody out. Well, now he'll go for no man's land. He probably should have gone for the first 3-pointer. Robbie's going to be called for the foul, which now indeed will send Bruno Fernando to the free throw line. Well, a timeout is going to be called. Both teams will talk it over, but we will head to Egypt's bench to find out what head coach Augustin Yulbe is going to address to his players. They currently trail by 5. And when we come back, there'll be 2 free throws coming up for Bruno Fernando. Well, solid numbers so far from FIBA Basketball, leading the way at the moment. This is the leading scorer in the game. Only Abu Gaku, after making those free throws, does have 11 points. So both him and Abu Gaku in double figures. It's Bruno Fernando. Chance to try and extend this to a 7-point lead for Angola. Angola currently, it's only the 3rd missed free throw this evening. Second one good. 6-point lead. 1:37 to go here in the second quarter. There's plenty of time here for Egypt to try and level things up. Zamet Gendi just trying to deal with the pressure. Gendi going around the screen. Can't find anybody for a handoff, and it's another Egyptian turnover. That's becoming a disappointing state here, and that's only, if you think about it, that's really only the 3rd turnover of the game. Only had 1 at the end of the first quarter. This is an excellent opportunity here for Angola to try to build on this one. Shilde Dundo, little hesitation, kicks out. Sultan Miguel. May have got away with a travel tough fadeaway. Now, are you kidding me? What a tough fadeaway by Sultan Miguel. Because he had to shoot that one over Omar Rabi. Tamim holds this high. Egypt looking a little bit nervous here in the backcourt. These backcourt players have got to deal with the pressure. And that goes out of bounds with 4.7 remaining on the shot clock here for Egypt. Look at this. Over Omar Rabi, and look at that beautiful lock from Sultan Miguel. Tough fadeaway by the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket champion. It's got a bit of MJ to it. Timeout call by Egypt. 6 points already this evening for Sultan Miguel. Well, very shortly we should head down to Egypt's bench to find out what the execution game plan is going to be from Coach Augustin Yulbe. Biggest deficit of the game. Angola lead by 8 points. Legends are in the building. Look who's there. Yannick Moreira, 2019 Basketball Champions League champion. When he won with Virtus Roma in Belgium. Because he also played at the Basketball World Cup in 2019 for Angola in China. That group stage where his teammates have won, Carlos Moraes, who many would say is the Angolan GOAT. Omar Rabi goes in, is able to finish. And that could be a 2-for-1 for Egypt. Nearly 9 seconds difference between both game and shot clock. Angola still lead by 6 points. And that's going to be an illegal screen called on. Yeah, good job by Mito. Well, what Mito did so well there, he decided to chase Shilde Dundo. Watch here, and all he does, he just catches Bruno Fernando, still in the process of setting the screen. So high IQ play by Mito. So Egypt can't have the final play. Can cut it down to a 2-possession deficit. They want to put the ball in the hands of Gendy. Gendy dealing with the pressure on the screen. Finds Mito. Final seconds winding down. Well, Gendy goes into him. And Omar Rabi nearly got it. Got to shoot it. I don't think they got it off in time. But it will indeed be Egypt who trail by 6 at the end of the first half. And you can see both Mito and Ahmed Gendy arguing with each other. I'd have to take Mito's side because Gendy got it to Mito, but then ran right towards him, bringing his defender, and there was too much congestion. Well, we are going to take a look at some of the key stats, and then we'll run down the best highlights here from the first half. Angola, having won the AfroBasket Championship on this court last summer, looking to go 4-1 after tonight, unless Egypt can pick up the second victory. Well, Angola slightly better from the three-point line. 3 of those three-pointers have come from Abu Gaku. 4 rebounds more than Egypt, and also 4 assists more than that matter. Only a combined total of 11 turnovers between these two teams. Ahab Amin still the leading scorer for Egypt in this one. And he's actually still leading scorer in this game with 14 points. Only Abu Gaku with 11. Well, there are your leading scorers. Now it's time to look at the best highlights, best moments from the first half. Well, case in point, Abu Gaku catch and shoot from the three-point line. Beautifully iced away from the perimeter. And then it was Luke Kenny finding Gaku on the roll. Well, the tip in that time had to go in. And beautifully done by Teotonio Doe. Well, second chance opportunity point. Something big between these two teams. Is that time Ahmed Gendy going straight to the bucket. Well, both teams only with 3 and 4 second chance points, and that was another three-point. Abu Gaku, that high release, simply unguardable. That is the negative parabola arc and shot. And that was the layup in transition by Sultan Miguel. Remember, he has 6 points. And here was Ahab Amin. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Just taking the ball and going coast to coast. Well, that was a great take by Ahab Amin in the paint. That was Abu Gaku's third three-pointer. And he has got such a beautiful shooting technique. Sultan Miguel, probably the greatest move of the game, had a bit of MJ to it. A bit of goatness. And a great take in the end by Abu Gaku. Sultan Miguel.
for the and-one opportunity.
You ain't never seen nothing like this. Hey, don't stop moving.
Dominic Malonga throws it down.
I'm on the ground waiting for the combo. You ain't never seen nothing like this.
Got up, throws it up and rocks it in. That's the way to get themselves going.
Savande, 8 points already to his name. Puts it forward, looking to attack and gets all the way to the rim to punch it home.
Good zone pressure from Rwanda. Throws it down, a big time dunk by T.J. Keita. Over. Abed's got Lahiani with him. Passes up, goes in, throws it down. It's showtime. Tunisian fast break basketball. Second Dubois comes out with it. Well, here comes Fofana, goes in, gets rejected. Oh, Idan Kunda with the transition protection, big time block.
Here comes Nigeria. This is the momentum that they needed. And another back-to-back slam.
Bado has 2 on him, throws it up anyway! What a finish from Bado!
Hill, shake and bake, trying to get free. Oh, are you kidding me? What in the world was that plan? Was it a shot? Was it a pass? It doesn't matter, it's a 2-point bucket.
Well, Shannon Evans, leading scorers, got to go from the half court, puts up the press. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? Shannon Evans with the 11th three-pointer for Guinea, and it's from the FIBA Basketball World Cup logo. 15 on that 7-0 run. Evans, 3. Oh my goodness! Wow, the putback dunk with authority.
How many times are we going to see this? Baseline. Are you kidding me? Papa Nicolau says, give it to me. I go tax to close out. Deep Bruno inside. Fills it up.
Welcome back, everybody, live here in Luanda, Angola for the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers, where currently it is a 6-point lead to Angola, while Egypt, on the other hand, being led by one Ahab Amin, who has 14 points, 3 rebounds. Well, Ahab Amin currently 5 out of 8 from the field. The only shots he has missed are the 3 3-point field goals. But so far, he's kept them in this one. Second meeting between both Egypt and Angola here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers. Where at the moment, Egypt only with that one slender victory. That was against Uganda. Well, this is a Group D fixture of the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers, in which the top 3 teams will go through Unfortunately for Uganda, well, they lost their most recent game against Mali. Mali's still the only team undefeated. But it's been an outstanding atmosphere. Both these two teams played on this very hardwood last summer at the 2025 FIBA Afrobasket. As now we'll take a look at Angola's leading scorer, and that's been Abugaku. Well, Abugaku's three-point shooting has been so impressive. He's knocked down 3 three-pointers already. Gaku currently has only missed 1 3-pointer. He's 2 out of 3 from the free throw line. But he hasn't made a field goal from within inside the rainbow. And he might not need to if he keeps shooting like this. Well, they are 38% from three-point land. Angola, 3 of them have indeed been made by Abugaku. And so far, only both him and Habamid in double figures in this game. If Angola win this, they'll go 4-1. They'll still be just behind Mali. Like I said, the results that you get in round 1, if you qualify for round 2, will play into effect. Well, fans, we'd like to welcome all of you yet again. We're in the beautiful city of Luanda, Angola. There's many legends in the crowd so far this season. We already saw Yannick Moreira, Kikash Gomes. We also seen one of our accredited media photographers, Victor Muzadi, another former Angola player who once trained in the summer many years ago with the Dallas Mavericks, another primetime Angolan legend. Well, these fans, of course, passion for basketball rejuvenated from last summer after winning the Afrobasket. Like I said, from 1986 until 2023, there was only one Basketball World Cup in which we did not have Angola, and that was in 1998 in Greece, Athens. Basketball is very much part of the everyday fabric for everybody here in Angola. This is not a case of just getting to the Basketball World Cup. They just definitely want to make sure that they also have a chance of competing at the very highest level. Well, with respect to Egypt as well, they have their basketball history. A team that once competed in a FIBA Eurobasket and actually won a Eurobasket back in 1949. Because they actually went to the first ever FIBA Basketball World Cup back in 1950 when it was first ever hosted in Argentina. It just goes to show their prestige. They also played in Chile 1959, in the former Yugoslavia in 1970 now, because they didn't qualify in 2019 in China. But they were there in Manila, as were Angola. It's a basketball country that just has so much reputation, so much prestige. Plus, multiple times gold medalists of the FIBA Afrobasket. But can they get some more from the key players? We've already seen Habamid some points on the board, but they just need a little bit more from both Omar Rabi and Assem Marai. And I'll also include Anas Mahmoud in that conversation. Maybe a little bit more three-point shooting from Mito, but as you can see, Angola, just such a well-organized tactical team that just get everything in the half court. They like to play in transition, but another issue that Egypt will face, both teams do have 5 offensive rebounds, so offensive rebounding hasn't been a big issue. And we've only seen a combined total of 7 second shots points, in which only 3 of those have gone to Angola. Both teams 16 and 18 points in the paint, another category in which Egypt is winning, and Egypt is actually winning in points from turnovers, in which many of those have been scored by a Habamid. Well, what's kept Angola ahead by 6? Well, it's been the slightly better three-point shooting. Both teams as well, 7 out of 10 from the three-point line. Oh, from the free throw line, excuse me. And that leading scorer, Abugaku, the one club man of Petro de Luanda. 2024 Basketball Africa League champion in 2022 BAL World Defensive Team. There's Yannick Moreira, one of the legends I was talking about. Former Virtus Roma player, won the Basketball Champions League under head coach Sasha Djordjevic in 2019 with Virtus Roma. As already said in the first half, where we saw him last played for Angola, the 2019 Basketball World Cup under Kikash Gomes, arguably one of the greatest forwards, if not the best forward in the history of Angola basketball. But go back to Yannick Moreira. When he played for Angola, he had one of their greatest coaches ever, and a coach I know very well, also coached Nigeria at the Olympics in 2016, and that is the great Will Voigt. Because so many celebrities in town here in Angola. I think we've also seen Jean-Jacques Conceição in the house. He was just sitting on the other court side, but there's so many legends within Angolan basketball. If that's not enough for you, Angola's assistant coach this evening, this is how great it gets. It gets even better. That's how much you've got to appreciate the history of basketball. Their assistant coach is one Miguel Lutonda. And for those who are unfamiliar with who Miguel Lutonda is, well, he is regarded as one of the best backcourt players. That's a very subjective debate with many people who love Angolan basketball, but six-time FIBA Afro-Basket champion. We may see him if we ever go to a timeout with Angola, but Coach Augustin Yulbe, head coach of Egypt, who spent last season coaching in the Indonesian Basketball League with Dewa United, knows that his team are within touching distance. They're only down by 6. Well, fans, scan the QR code to get the login to Courtside 1891. Watch live streams, extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and much more. Courtside 1891. Looks like a very much unchanged starting 5 as Valente will come back in the lineup. Abugaku, Celta Miguel, as well as Shilde Dundo and Bruno Fernando. So very much unchanged starting 5 now. The Egyptians. Looks like we can see Ibrahim Zahran, as well as Mido, Assem Marai, Omar Rabi, and Hab Amin. So both teams unchanged. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Luanda, Angola at the Pavilion Multiusos de Luanda. 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. It's going to be Angola with the first possession. This is where Egypt had issues defending Shilde Dundo on every ball screen. Kicks out. Valente goes baseline, goes in, gets rejected. Well, good defense by big man Omar Rabi. Now Habami wants to go quickly. Egypt got to get into a good set. They've got to build some confidence. Habami, a little hesitation, goes in. That's an Egyptian Manu Ginobili-esque move. He is the Egyptian Manu Ginobili. He's a Habami. And he's going to draw another foul against Valente. Well, Valente having his struggles now. Probably one of the highlights of Habami's career was in the summer 2024 when Al Ahly had won the Basketball Africa League and he participated in the FIBA Intercontinental Cup in Singapore. Second free throw good. Egypt cut it down to a 2-possession deficit. Pharaohs looking for their second win in the Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Abugaku's made 3 threes. You don't leave him wide open. Samurai coming up with another rebound. This is good for Egypt. They can build some better look in their offense, and that's going to be a foul against Celta Miguel. And this is very similar to the first quarter where Angola, credit to them, they're very aggressive. They put a lot of full court pressure on you, but they don't want to get into foul trouble too early. That's only going to be the first personal foul of the game against Celta Miguel. Only Teotoni Odo has 3 fouls at the moment for Angola. While Toya is in the house, the international celebrity. Probably the greatest courtside, I would say, international celebrity we have in international basketball. Well, Samurai put it on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball, but Egypt will get this back. And look at the quick reaction there from Shilde Dundo. Going down to double team against the 6. Oh, no, it's going to be a turnover. No jump ball. Wasted opportunity for Egypt to cut it down to a 1-point deficit. As now Toy's on the court. Does his work. And obrigado, Toy. Mi amigo. Because you think about last summer, how successful the Afro basket was and what a magnificent job FIBA Africas did putting on the great showcase. And the level of competition, it just was so competitive because everybody assumed coming into the group stage, or by the end of the group stage, that Egypt were going to go through everybody. And as soon as they got to the quarterfinals, well, it just wasn't meant to be. And even Angola nearly facing elimination, not only in the semifinals, but also in the quarterfinals against Cabo Verde, Ivan Almeida, and company. Samurai having to switch. Has to put up a deep, high-octane three. Not going to get it. Arabi unable to come up with the offensive rebound. And second chance points this time going to Valente. Well, that's great effort. That's great hustle. But an absolute nightmare for Egypt as now they turn it over. Dundal, time, space, three. Now Bruno Fernando comes up with it. Almost turns it over, and you got to say at the moment, Egypt's got to be a bit tougher. Celta Miguel, he'll fire. And obrigado, extending it to a 9-point lead. And it is incredible how quickly Egypt can just put their name on this. This is a great take by Hab Amin. He'll go coast to coast, he'll finish. And that's exactly what Egypt needs. They've got to keep getting that from this star player, the Egyptian Manu. 18 points tonight for Hab Amin. 7-point lead still to Angola. Dundal denies the screen. Little dish out, finds Valente. Oh, he missed it. And he should have tucked that one away. Hab Amin tries to go quickly. But Ibrahim Zahran is going to slow this one down. Egypt needed another good offense. Arabi in the paints. Double team comes. Hab Amin's got time, space. He'll fire another three. Not going to get it. Arabi fights for it. And that's much better from Omar Arabi. That's on Bruno Fernando. That's going to be a second personal foul. Third team foul against Angola here in the third quarter. Well, Egypt just struggling to get it inbound. I think Hab Amin just needs to take a little step back there. A lot of pressure coming from Bamba Cisse. Mito matched up with Shilde Dundal. The Samurai trying to find Arabi. Well, Zahran left wide open. He'll fire, and that's a much-needed three-pointer. And all of a sudden, it's a 6-0 run from Egypt. Inspiring play from the Pharaohs. And that's only indeed their fifth three of the night. They're 5 out of 13 from downtown. Little pick and pop. They want to find Abu Gaku. Well, nice spin by big man Bruno, and obrigado, boa noite. Wow. And now, Samurai is going to turn this one over. Well, they got numbers. Celta Miguel's going to go all the way. Makes the pass, a pump fake, and another dunk in transition. It's back to an 8-point Angolan lead. And it's amazing how two plays can just galvanize the energy of this home crowd. The Samurai got to go up with it. Oh, I missed it. Hab Amin fights for it. Finds a Samurai again, goes in, and a foul is going to be called this time. You can feel the energy from this home crowd. Let's have a look here. Who's the foul on? I don't know if that's on Bamba Cisse or Abu Gaku now. Abu Gaku taunts him. It's a Samurai going to the free throw line, and just listen to the Angolan basketball passion. Forza Angola. And they definitely love their basketball here in Angola. Can a Samurai knock these free throws down? This man's come a long way in his career since the days of playing for Medi Bayreuth in Germany and Karşıyaka, in Turkey. Both times he was in the Basketball Champions League. Also played briefly in the FIBA Europe Cup. But what a magnificent ambassador, an absolute gentleman off the court of both Egyptian basketball and Egyptian culture. And a Korean Basketball League champion in 2025 with Changwon LG Lakers. Back to a 6-point deficit. Angola. Shode Dundal. Now we're under 10. Takes his time, pulls up from 15, little mid-range, and that's automatic from Mighty Mouse. Well, we're going to love seeing him next season in the Basketball Champions League with FC Porto. Mito just tries to deal with the pressure. Samurai, wary of a double team. Mito, got to make this one. They've made 5 threes. It's wide open, and Amar Rabi's got to make it, but he's going to get fouled. But that should be a 3-point play. Arabi makes the first free throw. Just like I say, very interesting last summer. Always coming off the bench, only averaging 6.5 points. And 5.5 rebounds. Most he scored was 10 points in the opening game, a defeat where he was 2 rebounds away from a double-double against Mali. As Adam Musa checks into the game. Well, Mito's going to go to the bench. 0 for 4 from the field this evening, Mito. Now Fernando. Backing down against Arabi. Shode Dundal just so explosive. Musa trying to keep him in front. Gets past the help side switch. And now Habamid comes up with it. He's got 18 points. Draws the contact and finishes in transition. And slices the deficit down to a two-possession deficit. 20 points for Habamid. Fantastic work by the Egyptians. Fernando goes in. He gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. That's going to be a second foul against Amar Rabi. Let's have a look at the replay here. I tell you what, it's not with the right arm. Where the foul is called, it's the left arm. It's the left arm that's just pushing. It's a little bit of force that pushes Fernando to the baseline. Makes the first free throw. Second one made. So 6-point lead here to Angola. Just trying to stay in this. By Adam Musa. He left wide open. And Shukran Omar Arabi. Well, who knew he could make the three-pointer? Well, good defense. Now Zahran will go in. Now that could be possession back to Angola, I think. And Omar Arabi. Well, who knew he had it in him? Yeah, not able to connect. Angola comes up with it. You see the work here. They try to find Bruno Fernando to pass. Good goal, catching a tough one. Kicks out. Going to pay to go into Ismail. Well, he's able to finish it, standing it back to a 5-point lead. That's his first field goal tonight. He's only taken 1 3-pointer. Finds time for a mid-range. Maybe they need more of that from Adam Musa. He was really starting in the backcourt last summer. Changed it with Ibrahim Zahran. Very similar players. Pick a pop here with Abugaku. Samurai trying to recover. They're trying to twist and turn. That's the kick out. Gaku's made 3 threes. And this guy's not going to miss anytime soon. 4th 3-point field goal for Abugaku. Makes. It's not a swish. It's close to a swish. Mahmoud is going to check back in for the Pharaohs. Still 6 points. Luke Kenny coming back in for Angola. It's something big now for Anas Mahmoud. Some points from following some looks in the paint. 1 point this evening for Anas Mahmoud. Usage. It's a good look. They try to find Anas Mahmoud, but it's going to be a turnover. And Toy, what a legend, helping a Samurai off the floor. Everybody loves Toy. Icon in FIBA International Basketball since the first window of World Cup qualifiers in 2017. Everybody all over the world is introduced to the man from Angola, Toy. Just going a little bit down here in Pavilo de Monteusos de Luanda. Like a big play at the moment from Angola could probably bring back the electricity. Something to try and galvanize this crowd. Could it come from Abugaku? Not going to get it. Ryan comes up with it. Not anybody running with him. And to put it back down to 2-possession deficit. Not right. He gets rejected. Fire a quick 3. Samurai may have got away with a push on the rebound, but it's going to count here for Egypt. Those second chance opportunity points. So invaluable. Keep. Egypt within touching distance. Slando Manuel. Size mismatch against a Habami. Offensive foul, surely, yep. An elbow. That's great. See the replay of it. First glance, it didn't look like the elbow. It's not really the replay. He's moving on to his eyes, but it's the back of it. See Coach Yule saying that's dangerous. So you can't make it a 1-possession ball game. Now between Anas Mahmoud and Adam Musa. This has been a big difference since coming here in the second half. As Ibrahim Zahran he'll fire a 3. He would have made it a 1-point ball game. Like Egypt, 6 out of 16 from the 3-point line. If you just make 2 more 3-pointers, give them a few more, they could run away with this. So Angola, both teams have very good execution. 5 seconds remaining. Kenny's got to go quick. Time space for Curry. Are you kidding me? Luke Kenny time. Looking like an Angolan James Harden. Powerful left-handed step back. Don't have any fouls to give. Could go 2 for 1. Samurai. Twisting. Put a double team. Penetration. Good move by Ibrahim Zahran. 2-possession deficit. Now Egypt come up with a steal. And Musa becoming the super sub here in the 3rd quarter. Egypt has another chance to make it a 1-possession ball game. They find a Samurai. Mahmoud kicks out. Zahran finds a Habami. This is a big 3. It's good execution. They got the shot. but they just don't drop. 17 three-point attempts for the Pharaohs. Egypt have one foul to give. Defense by, oh, they turn over again. That's going to be a foul in Egypt. Yeah, it's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. And you've got to credit this Egyptian backcourt. They are giving everything. Whether it's Ibrahim Zahran, Adam Musa, or Habamin. Like they did last summer at the Afrobasket, Egypt play with their hearts on their sleeves. Now Gendi is going to come in for these final 4 seconds. Zahran can cut it down to a 3-point deficit if he makes both free throws. He's got 7 points tonight for his first trip to the free throw line. He's currently playing Al Ahly Sporting Club in Egypt. He's known to be a primary scorer. I mean, last summer, the Afrobasket, he only averaged 7.3 points. Officials now just going to have a look here. Either way, if they downgrade this through a review, it's still going to be free throws. Now, look at the gentleman on the right sitting down. That is Miguel Lutonda, assistant coach of Angola, one of the greatest backcourt players in the history of Forza Angola. But we have to go to the monitor to find out what the officials will make of this decision. Interpretation of this play because, I mean, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Isn't an open three to the bucket? It's subjective. Isn't it's a great reach by Adam Musa. This kick ball violation. This is a tough one indeed. Still taking their time here just to make sure they get the right decision. Musa, Ibrahim Zahran. Just incredible work defensively here in this third quarter. I'd say they've been game changers. It's a big moment now here for Egypt because if it is still left at an unsportsmanlike foul, they'll get the 2 free throws and 4 seconds they'll get it back. But if it's downgraded, Ibrahim Zahran will still go to the free throw line. It's still good for them either way because they can make it a 1-possession ball game. Officials trying to make a choice. I mean, this is complicated indeed, but just wonder what stipulations they're trying to make through this interpretation to find out if Lukeni is going to be penalized for an unsportsmanlike foul or not. There was the ball did touch the foot of Lukeni, but well, a choice has been made. A big-time decision coming up. Will this be downgraded or left at an unsportsmanlike foul? Yep, no downgrade. So Ibrahim Zahran, 2 crucial free throws coming up here for Egypt. Egypt currently missed 5 free throws tonight. Look at that. If you make go 5, it's a tie ball game. back to the summer of 2023, he wasn't playing with his national team at the Basketball World Cup in Manila. He was playing for the Egyptian U19 team at the FIBA World Cup in Debrecen, Hungary, where in 7 games, one of their leading scorers at 12.6 points and just under 5 rebounds per game. Egypt has got a monumental, magnificent pathway. It's now a 3-point ball game. Angola don't have any fouls to give. Can Egypt get one final bucket? Amir Gendi. Gendi's back in. Could it be Gendi time? I want to find a set Marai. Marai goes baseline. Marai goes in. Reverse layup. Can't get it. And that's good defense from Egypt. And that is the end of the third quarter. We'll head into the final 10 with Angola holding on to a slender 30-point lead against Egypt. It's an incredible game it's been so far. Egypt with only one victory so far, and it was against Uganda in the first round of Angola. The Basketball World Cup after qualifiers, the Nets participated in the first window back in December. Egypt 2 3-pointers less than Angola. 1 field goal less from inside the rainbow, but 14 made free throws out of 19. Well, we'll take a look at the highlights from the third quarter momentarily. His way in. Just a right into celebration. That's how he played that point. You can still a 3-point shooting that time. Look at the turn. Bruno Fernando. Bruno with a vendetta against the rim. Bruno going involved, but Bamba Cisse with a big dunk. In this game. It's been a magnificent performance from this one. 20 points, 7 out of 13 from the field. And he's been the big reason why Egypt's been great in transition. Well, fans, if you love watching international basketball, if you love watching the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers, we suggest that you scan the QR code. Just to the play, the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Looks like Islando Manuel is going to come back on the floor, along with Bamba Cisse and Kevin Kokila. João Fernandes in the game, so it looks like Kenny's going to be the primary point guard for Angola. While for Egypt, monumental play in that third quarter from Adam Musa. Zahra and also in the backcourt, as well as Amir Gendi. Both Anis Mahmoud and Samurai. Welcome back, everybody. Live here at the Pavilo Multiusos de Luanda. We're live here in beautiful Angola. 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup. He qualifies. Hesitation by Adam Musa. Musa will go to the free throw line. Going to see if he from Adam Musa. Kind of telling him off about him. He's what a great job. He's got to the free throw line. Big free throws. 14 19 from the charity shirt. Musa going to be playing in the NCAA. Why not? He's playing in Al-Ittihad. 3 points per game. Coach Gilbert here in the qualifiers. This was getting 6 rebounds, nearly 8 points per game last summer at the Afro Basket. First play for the team. 2014. 1-point ball game. I'd say Moose has had a big impact here in the second half. There's baseline. Kevin Kokila was wide open as soon as the Samurai had to chase. Kokila was going to be a threat. Mahmoud still only 1 point. He's wide open. He's got to kick out. Musa thinks about it. He's right down for Musa. Zahran. That goes out of bounds surely. And look at the hustle from Ibrahim Zahran. This man epitomizes, personifies the true meaning of Egyptian transition defense. First the reach, then he's diving on the ground. Yallah Ibrahim Zahran. That's what it means to wear the Egyptian jersey, to get to a FIBA Basketball World Cup. Young players watching. Well, they say be like Mike. For sure you should. But be like Zahran. Be like and play like Ibrahim Zahran. It's a work here from the Egyptians backcourt. Musa penetrates. Goes for a tough fadeaway and knocks it down. Big time shot by Adam Musa. Now it's a 1-point deficit. Egypt hanging in there. Desperately trying to get a second win in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Now they come up with a turnover. Now Ibrahim Zahran goes in and throws it down. And Yallah Egypt giving the Pharaohs a 1-point lead. A huge turnaround from going down 9 points in the third. He may have gone away with an offensive foul. Angola's got to find some composure in their offense. 9 fast break points for Egypt. Control can't get it. And Samurai comes up with it. And Egypt built on this. He's playing a different tempo. Gendy, 3. Almost got it. Good work by Kevin Kokila, preventing the Anas Mahmoud offensive rebound. Wish Randall Mount well for 3. Going coast to coast, and Egypt at the moment inspired from both Ibrahim Zahran and Adam Musa. The Pharaohs have a 3-point lead. The anxiety, the tension from this home crowd here at the Pavilo, Multi Usos de Luanda. Missed it. Egypt come up with it again. Double change. I imagine Shilde Dundo, Bruno Fernando, and Amugaku. What's going to be a 4-play change? A little momentum. Gendy finds a Samurai. Final seconds. The Samurai, little teardrop. He just doesn't go. Still there's hope here for Angola. Gonna get this one. Killer comes up with the offensive board. Goes in, gets rejected. And Anas Mahmoud said no, sir. Doesn't need to rush here. There's a Samurai. Good defense. That's gonna be a traveling violation. Yep. Listen, they're doing the same thing down here. And the rejection by Anas Mahmoud. The Pharaoh. Here's the traveling violation. I mean, that's a good call. That's a travel on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any day that ends in a Y. But what a big-time block by Anas Mahmoud. He may only have 1 point, but that could be a game-defining play for the Pharaohs. Anas Mahmoud also does have 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Celta Miguel, Shilde Dundo. And Mahmoud, another big-time block. And Egypt diving on the ground. Mahamami comes up with it. Pharaohs now just want to get some more points. It's been a tough ride for them so far here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers. They find Arabi, goes in, doesn't get the and 1. But Omar Rabi will go to the free throw line. And a tough one indeed, an excellent seal-off by Arabi. Bruno Fernando's only just come off the bench. It takes a play or two to get the body going back in, especially having sat down for so long. It's a second personal foul against Bruno Fernando. And Arabi now at the charity stripe. 11 points tonight for Arabi. Third leading scorer for Egypt this evening. I'm not sure what's happened here. I think the officials have said this is not a shooting. Oh, no, it is, yeah. So Arabi already having made a three-pointer tonight. He's made one of the 6 made three-pointers for the Egyptians as he makes the first free throw. Also plays for Al Ahly Sporting Club in Egypt. If you ever get a chance to meet Omar Arabi, he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. But right now, he is being a beast. Because the only time Arabi averaged double figures in the World Cup qualifiers was back in 2019. Egypt failed to qualify for the World Cup. Arabi that time, well, that was good defense, but better offense by Kevin Kokila. Back to a three-point deficit. Still over halfway to go here in the fourth quarter. Angola have already committed 2 team fouls. Musa doing a good job. And they find Anas Mahmoud. Mahmoud 1 point. That's his first field goal. Well, it's the old cliche, cometh the man, cometh the hour. In this fourth quarter, 2 points, but 2 big blocks from Anas Mahmoud. And already here in this fourth quarter, Egypt do have 12 points. Dundal trying to lose out of Musa. Santa Miguel, little step back, little separation. That's a big three. 9-3 in the game for Angola. And even those Petro de Luanda fans sitting amongst each other, the brothers and sisters of Angola. Musa. Egypt don't want to rush anything. Arabi gets a handoff with Gendi. Gendi defended by Bruno Fernando. Gendi, he'll fire a three. Anas Mahmoud, threw it away. Trying to find Gendi. Amin goes in, and Bruno doesn't get the and one. Sashi Abugaku, my apologies, but incredible scenes here in Luanda. Abugaku, I still think he did very well to keep that under control. And now this crowd here at Pavilo, Monteusos, de Luanda, it's galvanized one more time. Just listen to these Angolan basketball fans. But he missed the free throw. That's the 4th missed free throw this evening for Angola, as Amin picks up his 3rd personal foul. Second one good. Only 1 point separates Egypt and Angola. Samurai is going to come back into the lineup. So very good second half here from Adam Musa. And a huge fourth quarter from Anas Mahmoud. Ibrahim Zakrin. Egypt just needs something good from this offense. Arabi coming up for the high screen. Amin goes for a deep three. Didn't need to go for that to be. Well, time is winding down. Now Angola can't take the lead. Like something big here is just going to set this arena off. And good defense. Oh, it's a foul on Bruno Fernando. Fantastic read from Marai. Watch it. Marai goes for the interception. Can't quite see what happened there. Can we see here? It's just with the left arm. You can see it just swipes through and makes contact with Marai. I think he'll be okay, though. It's off his nails. I think he may have got contact to the eye there, probably. So it's probably a lot more painful than it looks. Well, those Angolan fans not losing hope here this evening. Egypt, can they extend a 1-point lead? Ahmed Gendi. Now we're in the 10 as Ibrahim Zahran's got to make a choice. Arabi on the baseline, gonna have to shoot this. Gendi goes up quick, and the GOAT Gendi. That's only his third field goal tonight, and what a time to get it. Quick, intelligent thinking, high IQ play by Ahmed Gendi, the Egyptian GOAT. And now he's matched up by Abu Gaku. Gaku goes in, takes a bump, can't get it. Arabi Towers claims the rebound. Egypt happy to slow down the pace. Another kick out. Gendi wide open. 3. And that would have set the roof off. But they did run down the entire 24. They don't need to rush anything. There's that pick and roll. But Bruno gets around him with ease and slices it. Like easy through butter and bread. And it's back to 1-point ball game. A timeout is going to be called by Coach Julbe. Well, incredible scenes. We just wonder in this timeout what is going to be said. And I'd imagine cooler heads need to prevail, definitely from both teams. Because definitely, let's have a look at some of the replays. Here were some of the transition plays in the third quarter. And because Ibrahim Zahran and Adam Musa, in my mind, they turned this game around for the Pharaohs. But Ibrahim Zahran, what an incredible second half he's had so far. Well, what an atmosphere we've had this evening here in Luanda, Angola. The matchup everybody wanted to see last summer at the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket. But Egypt were eliminated in the quarterfinals after breezing through the group stage. But they're back again. They're up against Angola. Well, what a phenomenal performance. 5 out of 10 from the field. 13 points by Ibrahim Zahran. Sitting next to Adam Musa. Still over 2 minutes. Plenty of basketball to play. Habamid. Now looking for a penetration. That goes out of bounds. That's going to remain Egypt ball on the baseline. A little bit of time left here on the shot clock. Adam Musa is going to inbound this one here for Egypt. Still 8 seconds. Got to get it inbound. And that's a 5-second violation. You can see Ahmed Gendi saying Adam Musa, I was wide open, get it to me. Gendi time. You know the drill. So now we're into 2 minutes. That high screen coming from Bruno Fernando. Dindol denies it. Now goes to it. Musa fights around it. And good hands. Egypt wanted a traveling violation. They force a turnover. And Habamid trying to go quickly, but now can slow it down. Gendi. Now finding Musa. Nice backdoor. Ahmed Gendi. Yalla Yamasara. Big time Gendi time. 7 points for Ahmed Gendi. extending Egypt's lead to 3. Little ghost screen action coming from Celta Miguel. 10 remain on the shot clock. And that's a smart foul by Samurai because that's only the second team foul for Egypt. They have 2 to give. Angola still have 1 to give. That's the 3rd foul against Samurai. Dole can level things up. Deep 3, not going to get it. Well, no foul given, but Halami keeps it alive. Now we're under a minute. Well, Gendy has 9 points. My apologies, not 7. 4 in the second half. Bruno Fernando trying to keep Gendy time in front of him. Gendy, and that's going to be another foul. That's going to be a passing foul. So it's Angola's final team foul to give away. Angola just need to defend 1 possession. 1 possession only. Well, you know it's Gendy time when you go left. Well, it's Gendy time for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, Samurai was wide open. Well, has another foul been given? 2 free throws coming up. And what a blessing here for Egypt. But who's going to the free throw line? Is it Ahmed Gendy? Well, I was about to criticize Ahmed Gendy for going too quickly to set the screen. But this may be a blessing in disguise. But the thing is, the official still hadn't given the ball for inbound, so should it be a foul? That's the question. I think that is the potential. That's Miguel Lutanda, the legend of Angola. I don't know if this is a head coach's challenge. I think it's an official challenge because... well, we're going to find out very quickly. It's an official review, not a head coach's challenge. So was this a case of the foul was called before the official on the baseline had given the ball to Egypt for the inbound? That's my assumption, but we will find out very soon indeed. Well, this is the previous play. So looking at something here, I'm not sure why they're looking at this one, but right now, here is where Gendy went too early. I don't think the official had given the ball to Amin. Right here. I think the play has to start as soon as the official gets the ball or gives the ball to the player. Quite clearly, the official still has the ball. So I don't think this is going to be free throws coming up for Egypt. So no free throws, I don't think, unless... oh no, something else actually. It looks like a one technical free throw is going to be called. I'll try to keep you updated with what's happened here, but Ahmed Gendy can make this a 4-point ball game. And Gendy time makes the free throw. I'll try to keep you updated with what's happened. 4-point lead to the Pharaohs. And that's going to be an offensive foul. An illegal screen called on him. Now, there was a technical foul called on Abu Gaku. That's why the free throw came up. That's why they had a technical free throw. But it's still a 4-point lead here to Egypt with 41 seconds remaining. No need to go for a three here, but you want to go quickly to give yourself time between the 24 and now. Dundo. Nearly turned it over. Oh, he does turn it over. And here we go. Yalla ya Masir. Yalla Egypt. Big time play by Ahab Amin. Incredible. Egypt have made it indeed. A huge swing around. I'll say it again. Yalla ya Masir. The Egyptians have come to Angola. And they've come here with a purpose, a mission. And after disappointingly losing to Mali, they will have one final game against Uganda in which maybe, just maybe, the Pharaohs can go into round 2 with 3 victories if they're able to, 1, hang on here and defeat Uganda. 6-point bowl game. Anything is still possible by any means. 41, well, just over 30 seconds remaining. Well, Abu Gaku only 1 3-pointer here in the second half. Shilde Dundo leading the rebounds while Bruno Fernando... Oh, Shilde Dundo leading the assists, excuse me. Bruno Fernando leading the rebound count with 5. He has 8 assists tonight, Shilde Dundo. And those Egyptian fans, because there's a man on the right who works with the Federation, formerly of Zamalek, one of the top Egyptian basketball teams. Well, Ahab Amin is 3 rebounds away from a double-double. I don't think he cares about that right now. Nice take to the bucket. That's going to be a turnover. Egypt will get it back. 20 seconds remaining. The Pharaohs lead by 6. And a timeout is going to be called. Incredible. And it all started in the third quarter with Adam Musa and Ibrahim Zahran. Well, you got to wonder for the Egyptians. Just get the ball inbound. Anticipate a foul is going to come. Egypt currently 19 out of 24 from the free throw line. But Ahab Amin, what a performance he's had this evening for the Pharaohs. Well, this game's not over by any means. Still plenty of time remaining in this one. It's a complete capitulation by the Egyptians. I keep going back to last summer because this is here we were. Well, where we were, excuse me. We were on this floor. The Egyptians came to the group stage and completely eviscerated every opponent until they got to the quarterfinals. Now, they had a lot of time because, remember, teams who didn't automatically go to the quarterfinals went to qualification to the quarterfinals. So kind of like a final 16, if you like. I mean, in between that time, it was almost 5 days for the Egyptians until they were handed a heavy defeat. But if they can hang on now, this will be a huge victory. They'll still have one game remaining. Well, they're going to inbound this one. Got to get it inbound. They find Gendy. Gendy gets fouled, and Gendy time will go to the free throw line. Well, I mean, Gendy, he's a heavy fan favorite, and why I call him the GOAT, it's not my, well, it's partly my opinion, but that's what a lot of Egyptian basketball journalists, social media people will say. Because also playing for Al Ahly Sporting Club in Egypt. He's been averaging 16.3 points per game so far here in the qualifiers. And like Ahab Amin, that summer 2023 played for Al Ahly in Singapore at the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. Well, he missed both free throws. Egypt still have 2 fouls to give. Sultan Miguel pump fakes. Goes for a three, not going to get it. Rebound still missed. Well, there you have it. The Pharaohs, they will do it. Yalla Ya Misr, Yalla Egypt. Their second victory of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Gendi time indeed. Ahmed Gendi coming up big, but it was all down to both Adam Musa and Ibrahim Zahran in that third quarter. That front court pressure defense from the Pharaohs. And this is a huge win for Egypt. Egypt went to the first ever FIBA Basketball World Cup in 1950. They were at the most recent in 2023 in the Philippines. And head coach Augustine Yulbe will have one final game here in the first round of Window 3 against Uganda. 6 3-point field goals, 21 with inside the rainbow, leveling on rebounds against Angola. 4 assists shy, but 1 turnover less. An incredible win for the Pharaohs. Absolutely incredible scenes tonight here in Luanda. But they've done it. They have done it indeed. Well, Ahab Amin finishing with 22 points. An incredible individual performance from the Al Ahly superstar. This Ahab Amin as well was 3 rebounds shy of the double-double. But that doesn't matter right now. What matters is it's their second win. And it definitely confirms them for the second round. And they'll have one final game against Uganda. Remember, results from the first round they come into play if you want to qualify. Oh, Yalla Ya Misr. The translation to "Come on, Egypt" in Arabic. Incredible, simply incredible scenes. And you kind of felt that this was definitely Angola's game for the taking. They had everything going in their favor, but they just couldn't hang on. And it's these two players, Ibrahim Zahran, Amir Gendi, who did the job in the end. That's a great save by Kevin Kokila, but once Egypt took the lead in the fourth quarter, there's no way that they were going to relinquish it. Truly remarkable scenes this evening. Well, Gendi time indeed. Even if Ahmed Gendi didn't get to his average in terms of points, Ahmed Gendi with 10 tonight. 5 crucial in the first half, and then the crucial 6 points that he had here, or 5 in the second half, excuse me. And there he was, Ahmed Gendi. Right place, right time. Gendi time indeed. Well, fans, we do thank you for joining us. It's not over in Luanda, Angola. There are the current standings. Egypt now with an opportunity to try and get 3 victories. They'll play Uganda in their final game. Mali still undefeated. Well, Angola will get a chance to try and get Mali to get their first defeat, or can Mali remain undefeated here in Group D of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers? Well, for now here in Luanda, Angola, we thank you for joining us. It's good night, goodbye, and God bless. Obrigado and boa noite.